Hello, Cynthia here. Welcome. Today I'm doing a art journal process video, and I have to say I absolutely love, adore this page. I just could take it to bed and cuddle it with me. It's so gorgeous. So it was inspired by a new Facebook group that I've just found and have joined, which is called Art Journal Prompts. And each week there is a different prompt to get you to go away and do a bit of art journaling of any description. And week 27, what the prompt was gold. So this is my take on that prompt. So what you see me doing here is I've grabbed some acrylic paint and I've just laid down a few colours. So I started off with black in the background, and then I've laid a navy, I think, on top of that. And now I've pulled out these two colours here. I can't quite remember what the colours were or are. I think one's sapphire, was it? Maybe. I can't quite remember what the other one was, but they certainly come up on the screen, so hopefully you had a chance to read those. So I'm just laying up some colours here to try to get a sort of a mottled background feel. Look, I'm reasonably new to this art journaling world, so there may be a simpler way to do this process, but this is what I did and it worked for me, so I'll stick with that. So here I'm going to show you another type of paint that I have. So I splotch a little bit that on. So I'm trying to come up with all different shades of blue to sort of give it that depth that, you know, as it goes back, it gets that darker colour. So I've added some white paint here to the blue that I had down, once again, just to add another lighter shade. And I do want a sort of a vibrant colour as well. And I think I'm probably happy with my paints here, so I've dried them all off. And I did dry, got the heat gun out, and I dried between each layer. Or well, most of the time I've dried between each layer, just so they didn't mix too much. And now I'm drawing some circles. My idea here is that I'm going to draw is it a mandala? I think that's how you say them. Once again, it's something new that I'm learning to draw. I've drawn about 5 so far. This is probably my 5th attempt. So you see me in a moment, I actually grab out my other book that I've been practicing my drawings in, and I set it up in front of me, so I basically copy the one that I've already drawn. Well, I don't copy it to the T, but it gives me an idea of how I'm meant to make these go, make them work, and that starts me off. And once I sort of get the start pattern, I just sort of go with the flow after that. So I've pulled out of my drawer a couple of different gold pens that I have, and both of these gold pens are absolutely gorgeous. And I wasn't too sure which one I would use, but I end up pretty much using the one that I have in my hand now, even though the other pen, the one that I started with, has a really, really nice gold colour. It was just a little bit thick for what I wanted to use it for. I do use it here and there throughout, sort of add some lines, but other than that I use this pen. And there you go, I'm just showing you the pen there and the other one. And that's it. So from here I just make up my patterns as I go. You see there I make a mistake, so I quickly grab a baby wipe and wipe away that gold pen before it dries, so it does sort of stay wet on the page a little bit, which meant that I had to be a little bit careful to make sure it didn't smudge, and so I got the heat gun out a fair bit and sort of pretty much every time I did a circle, I dried it off before I started the next one. And there you go, I just saw a cutaway then to dry it off, and now I'll go again with the next circle. Now the book does go around and around and around, so I hope that doesn't drive anyone too dizzy. If it does, you just may have to fast forward the video, because for me to be able to keep my patterns and lines nice and even, I need to spin the book around. And you do have a reasonable amount of headshot in the video as well, as I need to sort of lean over and get right into it. So here I'm just sort of going with the flow now, just doing things that seem to just, I decide that I want to do what I think might make it look nice. And I think the gold on this black, on the blue background is just beautiful. Towards the end of the page, I pick it up and I tilt it around so you can really see how the gold catches. So I'm really thankful that I found this Facebook group and the one with the prompts, because otherwise I may not have done this layout. So what I will try to do is I'll leave the link to the Facebook group below, and you can go over and check out. There's so much inspiration over there and different ideas and I don't know, mediums, I guess, and the way people go about art journaling. There's so much variety, so it's bound to find something that suits your appeal. So I'm just building up here, doing some little lines, seeing how I can make this a little bit bigger. I'll make a couple of little mistakes along the way, but I think with the pattern it's quite forgiving. If you look closely and you study it all, you would see that, yes, I've made mistakes, but overall your eye just sees a pattern, I think, and doesn't particularly pick up too much on individual errors. I'm pointing to one down there that I can see, and it does bug me a fair bit. I think in the end I figure a way to sort of to cover that up a little bit. So just doing some little wavy, frilly bits around the edge, as I call them. And now I'm looking to see what else I could do. I really didn't have a plan other than a blue background and a gold mandala on it. So I've done that, and now I'm thinking, what else? It looks a bit plain at the moment. How have you all been? Has everyone been well? Has everyone managed to get a bit of art journaling done, or scrapbooking, or project life, or whatever it is that you like to do, or a little bit of all? Maybe a bit of painting. There's just so many different crafts and hobbies out there. It's amazing to see how people can be so creative and come up with different ideas. So I've decided that I'm going to draw another one here. And once again, I apologise for my head in the way. I end up cutting away, I think, because I really get right over top of this one because it's quite a small one. And my head blocks most of it out. So pretty sure I cut away in a moment and I'll come back and it's all done. Maybe I intend it to cut away a little bit. So just kind of trying to repeat the pattern, but at the same time make it a little bit different. So both of them are not the same. Once again, I don't really have any clue on where this is going. I just felt that the one on its own was a bit lonely. So I decided to add another one. Going around with a frilly edge, which sort of ties in with the other one. So even though the design's a little bit different, they've got the same repeating elements. There you go. I've done another one up the top, and I've decided that I'm going to put one down in this bottom corner as well. And I like the way it goes off the page, and I do the same with the one that I'm about to do here. Once again, I cut away. I know I cut away for that one because my head was in the way. It goes off the bottom of the page, and I really like the way that, I don't know, just makes the page look and feel. So I've grabbed out a gold ink here, acrylic ink I think it is, and I'm just going to put those around the edge, give it a little bit of a gold border shimmer to it as well. It's quite subtle, but you particularly notice it once again when you're looking at it in real life and the light catches on it. Still decide it's a little bit missing something. So I think, well, what can I do? So I'm going to decide I'm going to draw some little leaves and floral sprigs, and just make it look even prettier. And I think that happens. So just putting that leaf in. Decided that I'd use the ruler on the leaf, otherwise I wouldn't get it to look quite right. I'm generally not a ruler type of person. I generally just go with the flow and make do. But I decided that I'd definitely use the ruler on that one. So just having a look to see where I can put a little sprig with some leaves, and decided that I'll put some little gold dots around it. Once again, not too sure what I was going to do. And I got to this and I felt like that top corner was quite plain and I needed something else there. I didn't know whether to draw another leaf, but in the end you can see there that I've just drawn another sprig in, and now I'm going to put my quote in. Undenied for a while what quote I might use on this page, but in the end I've decided to go with be your own kind of beautiful, because I think this page is beautiful. And I really did, once again, I didn't know whether to put the quote in gold, or whether I should, make it another colour, black, or maybe white. So I really hesitated over that, and I think I sat on it for a day, and that was it. I decided to go with gold, put another little sprig down the bottom just to tie it all in, and that's the end of the page. Come back in here and show you how the light catches it and what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this page, and hope you love the layout as much as I do. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment and let me know. And thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you next time. Bye.